Hello, and welcome to Hearts of Wulin. We're here for our third session here in the Gauntlet Hangouts. As with every Gauntlet game, we are going to be playing with certain safety tools in place. We'll be using the X card, as is standard in virtually all Gauntlet games. So if any time during the game tonight they come across any problematic material or anything you feel uncomfortable with, you can just say X or make an X on screen, or just write in the chat you'd like to X card that. So, at the end of the last session, we left on a little bit of a high. We'd had a rooftop chase, pursuing a thief that had stolen the Golden Dragon Saber. And all of the characters were left in various situations. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is ask you to actually go through and say what your characters did after the events of the last session. Once we've done that, we'll then actually look at the entanglements and look at any ones that you want to reframe or rewrite, and also which one you'd like to highlight for this session. And then we'll move on to the session proper. So, starting on my left, Agatha. What did Buhey do after the last session?
After the last session?
Yes, after in between the last session and the start of the new one.
I'm sorry, I have really bad memory, so I kind of don't remember how it ended.
It was yes, by all means.
Thank you.
I believe you and Black Fox Jian were in a tea house where you got threatened from behind a wooden carved barrier.
Okay.
There was,
okay, let's say.
So, but what we'll do is we'll go the other direction. We'll start with Lloyd, and at the end of the last session, you just made several threats and encouragement.
Not threats. I never threatened. I just want to point that out. That was not a threat last session. I simply just put a statement forward, and I informed them of what the situation would be if they failed.
Very good. And what did you do afterwards?
Afterwards, not knowing that there happens to be a bounty on my head, I decided to turn back to Fei Lulang and go find Black Fox Run, because I suspected that once this was all sorted and I had the golden sword, the saber, I would be able to give it to my father and be done with it, and then I could actually pursue my hopefully growing, budding friendship, relationship. Still not sure with Black Fox Run, so I went looking for him.
Brilliant. And Dave, at the end of the last session, Black Fox Jian was in a tea house, where he had a conversation with someone later revealed to be Hateful Spider.
Yeah, so I think his primary focus for the minute after he left would be trying to find out some more information on where Masked River might have gone with the golden sword. So that's his primary focus. I think he's obviously keeping an eye out for any further attacks by the what they call the Unfettered Frost set. Yeah, but he wants to get back that sword.
Excellent. And Traceless, Wuhan, what did you do after your encounter at the tea house?
I have gone in search of oh man, what's his name? In search of Iron-Faced Bison.
Brilliant. Okay, so each of you have entanglements that make up some of the complications in your character's background and your backstories. As part of the start of every session, you get an opportunity to rewrite one of those. I'm going to go in the same order that we just did and ask if you would like to rewrite any of the entanglements and which entanglement you would like to rewrite. So, Lloyd,
I think my entanglements are perfect, and they're gonna take me to the end of the game.
Brilliant. Dave?
Yeah, I think I'm going to tweak tweak one of mine. I think my standard one is currently that I swore to Iron-Faced Bison, I'd protect Wellworn Ling. I think I might change that around to being something along the lines of I must recover the golden sword for. To be honest, I suppose it could still be Iron-Faced Bison or the head of our faction anyway. But I know it is held by my lover.
Mass River.
Yep,
River, yeah.
That sounds perfect to me. And Agatha, is there anyone that you'd like to rewrite?
I think I'm okay with mine as well. These seem to still be complications that I can deal with.
Okay, so I'd like everyone to go. Does everyone have the character sheet up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd like everyone to go into the character sheet and choose one of their entanglements, and I'd like them to mark it in bold, please. And that is the entanglement that you would like. Well, mark it with the color, and that is the entanglement you'd like to concentrate on this session.
I feel I'd like to finish my Blackfoot Xuan Loves Me plotline, but I feel that's gonna happen with or without me. Because I feel I'm gonna get involved in that no matter what. Whereas I spent like basically like 5 minutes with Wu Hen. So I'm like, I feel a bit bad, so I'm trying to get that out of the way.
Okay, brilliant. So I've just had a contact from Alun. He's been a bit delayed coming back. I think he's just got back now. So hopefully you'll be joining us soon. There we go.
My apologies, guys. Never travel south from Newcastle on a Sunday is obviously the rule of thumb. Talk among yourselves while I just get myself sorted out.
No worries. Thank you. We're just glad you're here, Alan. Okay. So all of the other characters have gone through and actually given a brief synopsis of what they've done after the events of last session before the start of the new one. So what I'm going to be asking, I've gone through and asked people if they want to change any of their entanglements. So if you have an entanglement that you wish to change, you can do so now.
No, I don't think I do. What I did want to check is, are we retconning Hateful Spider is a man dressed as a woman? So I see him as a woman.
Yes.
It's too good to miss.
It's one of those perfect comedy relief moments as well, I think. When okay, so I'd also like you to go into the character sheet and mark one of your entanglements in a different color, and that's the entanglement you'd like to concentrate on this session.
Okay.
Okay, and so I think we're going to start with a flashback. How long ago was it we said that the Temple of the Eastern Dragon was destroyed? Was it 5 years? Okay. So I think we'll flash back 5 years previously. And Unforgiving Fox, you've been summoned by your father to carry a message to the head of the Eastern...
Could you clarify what the name is for that? Because you said Unforgiving Fox.
Oh, sorry, I said... that's because I think I've written it. Unforgiving Viper, I do apologize.
It's okay, I just wasn't sure. Keep going.
I made that same mistake at the start of the last session, so let me just rub that out. There we go. Unforgiving Viper, you've been given a parcel to take to the head of the Eastern Dragon Temple. It's a sealed parcel that your father has entrusted to you, and you only. You're muted.
God damn it. There we go. As the daughter in line to the power that is then fettered frost, I obey every one of my father's commands. I will strap the item to my back and I'll take for the trees as I travel along the tree lines towards the temple.
Okay. You move towards the temple and you manage to pierce its bounds easily. As you travel along the trees lining the road, you notice that there seems to be a caravan of sorts heading towards the temple, and you can see several sedans or palanquins being carried.
Ooh. I shall watch them from the shadows until I am sure they are neither a threat, or they're either a threat or they're here for some other nefarious purpose.
As they travel through the forest itself, as you look down, you can see movement in the bushes surrounding the roads that it travels. You can see people in rags, people in scraps, clasping rusty weapons as they gather along the edge of the road.
Like an ambush.
An ambush, yes.
I look at the people on there. Are they of some kind of noble birth that perhaps maybe we could probably use against them later?
The people who are guarding the caravan appear to be the Righteous Brotherhood of the Road, but the actual sedans themselves, the palanquins, are all in bright red colours and are gold plated and show signs of excessive wealth. Yes.
It will do no good to have these poor guys in rags attack these people and possibly cause problems for me on my way back. I don't want there to be multiple guards watching the roads when I'm there. So I'm going to give them an early warning. As they are traveling, I'm going to throw a dagger, throw like 3 or 4 daggers in front of them to startle them so they start looking around and they'll be prepared for when the creatures come, most of the people come out. So I'll not attack them, I'll just alert them.
Okay. The guards, the people carrying the palanquins seem panicked as the daggers hit the ground near them, and a shout goes up. The guards draw their weapon. You can see the bandits that were gathered nearby jump up and shocked that their actual surprise has gone, and they rush forward. As they charge in, one of the palanquins near the front bursts apart, and a figure flies up into the air and lands in the middle of the attacking bandits. It is an elderly man, but one thing shines out in his hand as he fights at the front. It is a golden saber in the shape of a dragon.
Ooh.
You instantly know who this is. This is Master Iron Wing Crane. As he sees to the bandits, they're no match for him. His kung fu is superior to all that oppose him in this day.
I'll take notes.
Very good. In which case, then, I believe there's a move for that.
Ooh.
So, 1 second. So, would you like to roll study?
Yeah, I'd love to roll steady.
So, in which case, then?
I shall roll steady.
Yes, please.
Once I actually get this link to work. Copy, paste. Let's do this. My steady roll. I'm watching him carefully, trying to see what he does. So, I guess, not creative passion, not control, cutting reflection. Either earth or water. Screw it, I'll go for earth. So, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so on study, on an 11, you get to hold 2. You get to choose 2 of those options.
All right. I'm not going to ask his scale because it's going to be higher than me because he's very good at what he does. I will, however, ask a question about him. What does he truly desire?
You can tell that he's weary of this. There is no joy in the fight. There is no exhilaration there. There is no one left that he can defeat. No one left that can challenge him. All who he come across these days, he can defeat. He may not be the best at Kung Fu, but none have risen to challenge him. He desires to end this life.
I would like to add a detail.
Okay.
Right, so I'll add a detail. As I watch him fight and his style and his incredible elegance and yet pure experience that comes from being someone who's done nothing but fight for his life, there was a moment where he pauses, and as he pauses, I see that the hilt of the Golden Saber actually has a ribbon attached to it. And written on the ribbon in small text are the names of the previous owners. And I see that the ribbon has just been extended to have a very tiny gap at the very end that a quarter of a name is written, but it's too far away for me to see. He's already picked a successor by the time I see this.
Brilliant. So the fight ends quickly. The guards rush out and take hold of the rebels and put them in chains and bind them up. At which point, Master Ironwing Crane bows to them, thanks the nobles who'd served. Thanks to nobles who had provided the carriages and palanquins to serve as the bait for this trap. And then you can hear him say, "I have business at the temple."
Oh no. At which point, I realize I need to go now, or I'm going to get my butt handed to me by Swordmaster McExpert over there. And I just bolt. I take the moment to move as fast as I can. But I will remember that sword. That Golden Saber was incredible. I wonder whose successor is. Not my problem. Gotta go. And then I'll move along the trees and head towards the temple.
Okay. You move across the bamboo trees easily, jumping from top to top, then bending slightly and quietly as you run past. All around you, there's the sound of the forest, and quickly and easily you slip into the walls. As you slip into the temple itself, you notice that the monks there are all on watch or on guard. They're all very well dressed, as if they're expecting someone, and their weapons gleam.
Also understandable. I know who they're expecting, but I have no time for them. I have a package to deliver. I don't want to cause trouble. I will sneak in quietly and cautiously and ensure that I am not seen.
Okay. Which move did you take, by the way?
I took the half sword will travel. I decided to give in and go for my nicer instincts.
Okay. So what I would like you to do then is I would like you to actually roll overcome to enter the actual temple.
I do have a move, the Reign of Assassins. I can come undetectable using shadows and concealment.
Okay. So you slip into the actual temple itself and slip onto the pagoda that is has the chambers of the high priest of the temple, the Master Wulin.
I'm so sorry for anyone who watches this later. Yes, I shall land on his rooftop. From leaping across the moon, naturally. Land on his rooftop, tiptoe across to the very edge, then do a swan dive, then a flip. Then I'll land behind two guards who are just.
I thought my master was a woman. You
didn't stop. We haven't established. We haven't actually seen this character yet, so it still could be a woman.
If you want them to be a woman, by all means, yes.
Yeah, we've not given the gender yet.
Yeah.
No problem.
I would love for her to be a lady.
Okay.
I land behind two guards. I don't even know. They don't even see me, and I just quietly walk up to the door, slide it open, and then quietly slide it shut. Okay. And then I move towards the room, getting the scroll ready.
So you move towards the room, and as you move, the floors creak under you as you step onto Nightingale floors.
Ooh.
And a voice goes, "I've been expecting you for a while. Come, sit." and one of the doors opens itself.
I am not one to be rude, so I shall graciously walk through the doors, and if there's a cushion or a place for me to sit, I shall leap to it and then do a twirl as I like go into like the lotus position.
You enter the room and you see this woman in white robes, flowing white robes, sat down in the lotus position herself. Either side of her, there are rows of candles that all flicker in the wind slightly as you move in. You can see that they flicker also in tune with her breathing. So,
wow. You go, girl. I come forward and I go, if I am expected, then you know what I'm here to deliver.
I know what you're here to deliver. I do not know the contents.
I take a deep breath. From the unfettered frost, I bring you a scroll, and I'll just bow as I pass it over to her.
Yeah, she'll take it from your hands, breaks the seal on it, and opens it. It is an impressive offer.
One who has taken years to perfect their craft.
Tell your master that they will have the sword tonight.
I freeze, but I say nothing as I realize what she's implying, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, wow, this girl must be tough. But I take a deep breath and I nod. Will you wish me to wait to retrieve it?
I wish you to. And there's a creak from outside the actual hallway.
I turn my head towards the sound, like instantly. And I look over at her to see if she's heard it too.
She's just sitting there, totally impassive, her hands clasped. And she looks up to the ceiling, to the rafters.
What movies have told me now is that I go, we are not alone, leap up to the rafters and kick someone down. That's what movies tell me to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, we are not alone, throw one of my like rope daggers up into the air, catch it, pull myself up to the rafters, and see if I can spot anything.
There is no one up there.
Oh, okay.
But as you land, the door to her chamber opens.
Oh, phew.
And one of the monks is there. Sifu. Master Ironwing Crane seeks an audience. The monk bows, and up to the doorway steps this elderly man. He's a man with, as you're closer now, you can actually see more of his face. You can see more of him than you could before. You can see that there are little lines around his face where he's laughed heavily and longly. His face is a joyous one, or at least it should be a joyous one. It looks to be one where there was joy beforehand, but now it's fading somewhat. And he comes in and sits down with the mistress of this temple. You requested my presence, mistress. She nods. Indeed. We have been plagued by bandits. I've heard that you have taken that matter onto yourself to resolve. Yes, the matter is now taken care of. But surely such a trifling matter you could have resolved yourself. Your followers, their kung fu is strong. You do not need to call me for such a thing. And he laughs, and you can see that she nods and adjusts her position. Not at all, master. Not at all. But there is something else which I wish to speak of. The rulers in the Wulin that echo from Jianghu Mountain say that you wish to retire. Is this true? He freezes slightly and nods. I have never hidden my desire to do this. There comes a time when a man must settle down and raise a family. One cannot do that in the Wulin. I am an old man. I am well past my time. She nods. Then what will happen to your blade? He looks at it. I had hoped my children that would take it up, but none have yet come to take it from me. She nods. Would you trust your blade to us to keep? We would gladly take it from your hands if you wish to retire. I cannot do that. The blade cannot be given. The blade can only be earned. Ah, she says, and a smile comes across her face. I suspected that may be the case. And that's when the ninjas appear. We'll cut to slightly later. And there are flames coming from the temple. They're on the rooftop, high above the flames below, on the highest level of the pagoda. Master Ironwing Crane and Mistress Wooing cross blades. You see them from a distance. Wherever the blades meet, there's a flash of sparks. The blades ring out. They swing, and every single blow is deflected. Every single deflection catches the columns around. Bits of wood, bits of stone are notched out of these, and there's a creaking from the tower itself. It comes to a point where Master Ironwing Crane turns to the mistress of this temple. You have sacrificed, and his words carry on the wind through the night. You have sacrificed your disciples for what? I did not wish to fight you. There is no need for this battle. And she shakes her head. No, there is much need. The world of the Wulin stands at the precipice. You have brought harmony where there should be chaos. It is not right for those in the shadow of Mount Jiangdu to live peacefully together. We should strive, we should compete. You cannot be allowed to live. He sighs. And that is your last pronouncement? And she nods. Then let us end this. And there's a flurry of blows that goes back and forth. And finally, you can see the tip of the Golden Dragon Saber spurts out from the back of the priestess. You can see her white robes stained red. And in a moment of insight, you can see the figure on the rooftop turn to look at you.
I don't react. I stay where I am. I mean, they're quite tough. They can take her out of things, so I don't move and I see what they do, and I react accordingly.
He pulls his blade out. He looks at it. He looks from the top of the pagoda at all the destruction that had been brought to bear. Bodies littered the ground. Flames engulf the temple. He looks at his blade. He cleans it. He puts it away. And you can see him physically sigh as he disappears into the night.
At this point, I will leap up from where I am, go towards the dying body of Wing, and I will kneel before her quietly to see how she's doing. If she's completely gone or she's just got a bit left.
As with any Wulin Epic, she's on the point of death, but she is not yet dead.
I will come up to her and I will say, although your words rang through, unfortunately your will was not as strong as his.
We are over. We have tested ourselves and been found wanting.
As a witness to the end of your people, I may grant you one wish and one wish alone.
Not the end. Not the end. One still remains who can avenge us. And she spurts up blood and she passes away in your hands.
And there'll be a bit of a sad sigh music as I reach in and I grab the scroll that was given, the only evidence that we had anything to do with it, and I shall chuck it into the fire. And as it burns quietly, a shadow will pass over me and I'll disappear.
And I think we end the scene at that point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember what everyone said now with regards to what they were doing in between. It's been okay. Dave, remind me, what were you doing between the last game and this last session and this one?
Yeah. So yeah, I was searching out more information on where Masked River might have gone to with the sword, as I need to retrieve it from her.
Okay. Well, Masked River is a member of the Drifting Blossoms. The Drifting Blossoms actually have a theatre within the capital city. It would make sense that she may have gone there for aid. Are you taking anyone with you?
If he's around, I will take Wellworn Ling, but other than that, I will probably go alone.
Okay. Well, in which case, then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick scene with Wellworn Ling before we actually jump to yours. So, Alan, at the end of the last session, a woman stepped out of the shadows as you were getting to the inn where Black Fox Jian and was in residence. She stepped up to you and offered you her arm and stepped off to the side. I think I want to do a continuation of that scene before we go any further.
Hateful Spider, I need your help. I find myself in real difficulties. Your sister, Unforgiving Viper, has demanded as a gift, as a wedding gift, the saber of Master Ironwing Crane. And while for a moment, but a moment, I possessed it, it is now in the possession of someone who claims to be of the Ironwing Crane faction, I believe. And I know I can't get it back alone. I can't go back to the Righteous Brotherhood because I could be judged to be slightly in the wrong here. And so I need your help to get the saber to give to your sister. And to be honest, I would much prefer that it was a wedding gift following our engagement than that which your father has positioned me in.
You could see her smile through her fan.
Can you help me?
There are many things that I know. There are many things that I can teach you. I also would prefer the gift to be made to my father to signify our wedding. But first, she steps over to you and puts her hand on your chest. I worry about you. I worry that my sister does not mean the best for you, that she wishes you harm. I also worry about my sister. You see, my sister is ahead of me. My sister is senior to me. My sister will inherit the clan. She would not make a very good leader. For the sake of my...
Certainly, in my dealings with her, I have found her to lack subtlety.
Indeed. She wears a face that she lets the world see, and it hides no guile at all. But I can show you a way that she can be defeated. I can show you the secret technique of the unfettered frost.
In truth?
In truth. With it, you can defeat her, take the saber, and we can be joined as heirs to the clan. We can control the unfettered frost. We can guide its destiny.
I think that I may be subject to inner conflict.
Yes, I think you are. Can you roll it, please?
Okay. Now, I've knocked my experience back to 0 and taken the advancement of adding 1 to Earth.
Okay.
Because I think that Wellworn Ling has learned a lot recently, and is now going to invoke his chi for Earth, because I think this does require a bit of cautious focus.
Okay.
So,
well, what before you do that, one of the things I'm going to say is her hateful spiders tending to you is going to actually clear your fire chi.
Ah, right.
So you are going to get that back as a result of this.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm just trying to... Sorry, I hadn't opened roll for my party. Right. Here we go. Okay, so... Wellworn Ling. Oh, that's 13.
Oh, that's a success. And what does 13 give you on that?
On a 10 plus, you manage to keep yourself together.
Okay.
So I think probably that's reflected in me thinking fast enough to say, yes, how do we get the saber, hateful spider?
We help her to get it, then take it from her. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, my love. You have the subtlety that your sister lacks.
And she will take your hand and put it beside her face. And she's dead cold.
Oh. Oh, well. Perhaps I find that attractive in a woman.
Here, let me show you the technique. And I believe there's a move on the other moves page for new technique.
Gosh. There is.
So would you like to describe the montage that you go through with Hateful Spider?
Okay. So I think what she does is she teaches me a technique that is that probably builds on that increase in chi around caution and focus. It's a form of deep concentration. So we see her sitting in a quiet loft, helping me to meditate and find a centered space, and then react really quickly in a combat situation. So you see us both sitting absolutely calm, as though almost asleep, and then the action is intense, and it's so intense that it's in slow motion, and it is that coolness under fire that I am taught. And shall we say that it is a technique called the fire beneath the frost?
Excellent. So can you roll for your new technique then? So you,
Yes.
how many times have you actually seen Unforgiving Viper fight?
I don't think I've ever seen her fight. The only time I saw her was when she came out of the alley.
Can I make an addendum? He hasn't seen me fight, but Hateful Spider has. Should he just automatically get a bonus? I mean, like, she literally is my sister. So should he not get a +2 to that, like, automatically?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to say at this point, can you roll a flat roll, please?
Fine.
Reason being is, although Hateful Spider may know you, well, it's Wellworn Ling that has to learn the move.
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, I don't think I've seen any of Unfettered Frost fight. 7.
Okay, so on a 7, there's
on a 7 to 9, there's a significant cost to learning the move. So I think the significant cost may be, now how significant, do you want to define this, or should
I think as part of the closing form of this, she serves you tea, and there's a part of the montage is her handing you a herbal tea to drink.
Okay. Which I drink without thinking about it.
You drink without thinking about it, and the heat in your body turns to ice.
Right.
So what I would like you to do is I would like you to actually mark. I would like you to, again, mark fire, but I would like you to actually change your style. To earth in this case, please.
Okay. And does the weapons change as well?
That's up to you. Do you want to take on a more assassination-y type of
Yes.
weapon?
I think this is daggers and ropes and chains.
Excellent. Okay. So we cut to next morning, where Black Fox Jian is outside, it's down in the courtyard of the inn that you're staying in, and I think he's there shouting up to you to come down and help with his search.
Yes, and I will agree, because it's important I get out of the compound before any of the seniors chase me down, because I'm not sure I can face them.
Okay, so you come out to the courtyard, and Black Fox Jian, how are you feeling this morning? What sort of condition are you in?
Obviously troubled by the events of the day before. He looks tired, like he hasn't slept much. as he's obviously has to retrieve the sword, but would obviously rather not have to confront Masked River. But such is the way of things.
Okay. So, Wellworn Ling, what's different about you?
I undoubtedly look much paler, almost to the point of looking a little gaunt, I think. And probably it looks as though I've not slept all night. But I do look very unhealthy. You know, Ling is a robust, healthy-looking chap. But underneath this superficial tan, there is a distinct pallor to him. And he resists any kind of clasping of hands by Black Fox, because I think he's not quite certain how his change in body temperature is going to be received.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think, Black Fox will bow and say, I see the loss of the sword has been weighing on you too. Come, we should be about the search.
Indeed. And a distinctly more serious mien, I think, is what we see in Ling.
So you move off into the city, and the city is crowded as ever. This place screams of bustling noises, of sounds of civilization, of arguments in streets, of cats screaming, of horses neighing, and it's just a constant cacophony as you get through the city. You move through the outer walls and into the more upper class section of the city, and you move through the noble areas, and you can see that each of the houses have posted guards in the different family colors along the way, and you move up to the higher section, the higher ring of the city itself, the one just below where the governor's palace is, and you enter the entertainment quarter. This is where the grand operas and the dance schools, the calligraphy schools, the artisans live. And you walk amongst them, and all the streets here are lined with peach trees, and they are coming into blossom. And there's a distinct aroma on the air, a lovely smell that pervades the entire area. And as you get closer to the Drifting Blossom Theatre, you can hear drumming in the distance. And you come across the courtyard where people are gathered, and several of the younger members of the Drifting Blossoms are out in the streets doing performances to attract attention for the shows that night. But they're blocking your way into the theatre proper.
I will nod to them and say, I have business with one of your members. May I gain entry?
We are not open.
This is a matter of some urgency. I need to speak with Masked River. Will please let us in?
Yes, we are not open.
I cannot state enough how urgent this business is. You will please let me in.
So sorry, but we are not open.
And at that point,
while that conversation is going on, I think what I'm taking a close look at the local area, because I'm assuming, to be honest, that there are some unfettered frost likely to be looking for what we're looking for. And of course, I don't think Black Fox has shared with me that Masked River was the disguised thief. So I assume we've come here in some connection to the sword. So I'm scanning the compound, the square, to see if there's any sign of unfettered frost.
Okay, can you roll study, please?
I can. I'm going to deploy this newly improved focus. So that is +2. 11.
Okay, so you get to hold 2. So 2 of those options.
Okay. Well, I think I'd like to reveal a detail, if I may.
By all means.
I think I can see, with my new attunement to their secret art, I think I can see, moving along a ridgeline, some members of Unfettered Frost.
Okay. So when you say ridgeline, are they moving across the roofs then, or?
It looks as though they're aiming to get across one roof on one side of this square in order to get to the roof of the building we're being denied entry to.
Okay. And you have another option as well.
I want to know whether... I want to ask a question about the person who's denying Black Fox entry. What would it take to get in? What's the means of manipulation that would get us past this kind of stone-faced no? That's a good name.
Stone-faced no. You can tell that they've been ordered to be out here. That they've been ordered not to let anyone in.
Then I think I'll rest a hand on Black Fox's shoulder and say, there are other ways.
I will nod, and I will bow to the man and say, "Thank you. You have made your denial clear." I will turn away, and as I'm turning away, I'll spin round and attempt to kick him through the door.
Brilliant. Can you roll? Can you roll against Mooks, please?
Certainly. Ooh, that's an 11 on the dice. So yeah, that's a 13 in total. Okay,
so against fight versus Mook on a 10+, you do so easily. So yes, you knock. They start swarming you, and these are only junior members of this society. So you knock them off left, right, and center. You kick one into the door shatters under the actual force of the kick, and between the two of you, you manage to fight them off without any problems whatsoever. Until
there's a little interchange, which is, that's not entirely what I meant.
I have no time for subtlety this morning, and I'm going to stride into the theatre.
Okay, and as you step into the theatre, there's this big circular room with raised tiers up above it, and there's a stage in the middle, and you can see that there's a woman kneeling down there, and all around her there are people with hand drums. She looks up at you and stands up, coming to her full height. And she's a strikingly beautiful woman. How dare you come into this place in such a manner? How dare you disrespect us?
One of your disciples has stolen from the Righteous Brotherhood. I apologize for the disrespect shown to you. Had I been but allowed to speak with you, the damage I have done would not have been necessary.
We are not receiving visitors. Leave now, and we will forget your disrespect.
I cannot leave without either the return of what has been stolen or assistance in recovering it.
You call us thieves now as well?
I do not call you thieves. I call one of your number, that.
An insult against one is an insult against all. And at that point, there's a as the people with the drums actually start to bang them lightly, and she steps towards you, gathering up her sleeves into her hands, because these are the long traditional sleeves. I will say this once more. Leave this place.
Tell me where I might find Master River, and I shall leave you in peace.
No. We protect our own.
Even, madam, when they dishonor you and your faction. The Blossoms are known for great art and joyous celebration. And yet, my friend believes that Master River has betrayed that trust. All the Blossoms are welcome everywhere. How will this impact on your access to the Righteous Brotherhood? You're traveling. Once word reaches the populace that the Blossoms cannot be trusted to cross a threshold, think of the damage it will do.
You assume that one of our number has actually stolen something. The threat has been made, but that is not the case.
Black Fox.
And yeah, and at this point, I think she actually leaps at you.
Okay.
And the drums strike up. And we can continue the conversation, but the conversation will continue as part of the fight itself.
Okay.
So she comes out, and you can see that she's got weights on. She's got little weighted ornaments on the end of her sleeves, and as she zips them out, she's using them very much like a weighted chain, and comes towards you both.
I will pull my sword from my belt, though it remains in its sheath for the time being, as I move to parry away one of the weighted sleeves as she comes in and slip behind her. And I'll say, your loyalty to your fellows does you much credit. It is an honor to fight such a dedicated warrior.
An honor it may be, but you will not have her location. I will not betray my sister. And she, as you're behind her, her legs comes up and does the traditional kick over the back. So kicks you in the face. You stumble back, and she frees up some distance, and basically uses her sleeve to pull herself up to the second level.
I'll pole vault to the second level.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, the staff's gone. I beg your pardon. No, I will.
Okay. So have you decided what your new weapon is?
Yes, I think probably it is daggers,
Okay.
thrown or used hand to hand, and I think probably the daggers are thudding into one of the pillars, and I use them to leap up to the top floor.
Okay, so you get up there, and do you say anything to her?
I do, Mistress. This is madness. As I fend off her weighted sleeves. I'm actually wondering whether I could use Overcome to stay calm and solid in the face of this, because I want to get to hearts and minds, frankly.
Okay. So let me just have a look at that. Okay. Yes. If you want to roll Overcome to maintain your composure in the face of this assault,
and I'll continue to use Earth because it seems to me about focus and concentration. Oh dear, that's 5.
Okay. So your your knives are new weapons. You're not fully, although you're exceptional with them, as you are with any weapon that you pick up. They're still new to you. So as you come in, one of the knives, she brings her hand up to stop and brings her sleeve up to stop, and she deflects it. But as she deflects it, it cuts her face, and you can see all the color in her face drain, and her face goes solid. Her face fills with anger. How dare you! And she strikes out at you. Unfortunately, you're not going to get an option to Hearts and Minds this, I'm afraid.
No.
And she punches you off the actual top tier and jumps in the air and is following you down as you fall. And at this point, I think the drummers are picking up the pace of the drumming in time with the actual combat.
And I think probably I land heavily, mark Earth, and shout to Black Fox, "This isn't the way to win this one, Black Fox."
So she's down on top of you. You can see that she's drawn a dagger out of her belt.
At this point, I'm going to leap forwards, and as she's now drawn a dagger, I will draw my sword from its sheath and attempt to parry the dagger out of her hand and say, "I can no more let you slay my brother than you can tell me the location of your sister. We should stop this now." And I'm going to attempt to use, where is it? Legend of the Mountain. When you defend someone or someone from an immediate threat, roll.
Okay, then please roll. Which chi are you rolling with?
I actually, I don't know if it's has to be my martial one or not. I suppose it doesn't, because it doesn't specify.
It's only for duels or where it specifies which one you roll.
I think in that case it will probably be wood in this one. I think I'm trying to keep calm and de-escalate the situation rather than provoke it further. So I will.
And you get +1 for the bond with me?
You can burn the bond to get +1.
Just in case.
So that's a 10 in total.
Okay, so what does 10 on that move do?
10 does. Let me double check. So on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. I can either take control of something, change the location of the conflict, or gain a bond with the person protected. Ooh. I think I'm going to change the location, actually. I think so I think what happens is that I flick the dagger out of her hand, and I think she maybe draws another, but she's now focused on me. And I sort of bound back from her, bouncing off the drums as I go, managing obviously to keep in rhythm, and leap out into the street. So she's following me out now, and she isn't fighting on her own turf.
Brilliant. And as you bounce out into as you stride out into the street, the petals from the plum trees all fall in as you go through, whipping up the air around you. So you're out in the street, and she follows you out there, and you can see that she is angry. She's clearly marked her fire chi, because she is just enraged, and she comes at you like with a torrent of blows. She tries to wrap your legs and misses. She swings the actual sleeves on her gown to try and wrap your arms, try and wrap your swords. She's just coming at you overbearingly. And at this point, I think I want you to roll duel, please.
Certainly.
You are on an equal scale to this person.
That's a 13. The dice have been liking me this evening.
Okay. On a 10, you win and may mark XP if you show mercy.
Yeah, I am absolutely going to show mercy. I don't want to kill her here. I think as she comes for me, and she's weaving her sleeves at me. I slice through the weights on the sleeves, so they kind of start spinning helplessly, sort of thing. I think, as she keeps coming, I think that's it. I think I cut the weights from the sleeves, and as she comes forwards again with a knife, I grab the wrist that she's holding the knife with, and drop my own sword and wrap the her long trailing sleeves around her arms to bind her.
Excellent. You have her bound up and at your mercy, and she's just screaming obscenities at you.
I will. I will say, apologies that it has come to this. I ask you one last time, will you tell me where Masked River is?
Do you have any sort of blade to her at the moment, or is she just
no, just bound? I think I've probably sheathed my sword.
She goes to say something, stops, and her eyes flick to Mount Jianghu that towers over the kingdom. And she looks back. It's just a quick flicker, but she looks back to you and she says, "I will never betray my sister."
And your loyalty will be well known. And he will bow to her and leap onto a roof and start heading towards the edge of the city.
Excellent. So I think we'll cut the scene at that point. So Lloyd, I understand you have a scene that you want to do with Traceless.
Yeah, because I'm not able to find. I can't find him at the moment, but I need to know Traceless is okay because I haven't seen Wuhan since she went up down with what's called Iron-Faced Bison. So I'm gonna see if I can't find her, see if she's alright.
Okay.
If he's alright. I don't know, didn't I?
She. I'm not cross-dressing.
You're the only one. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go look for them.
Okay, so Agatha, where's Traceless found?
You probably find me on my way to wherever Iron-Faced Bison is making camp. So, but it's because let's say it's still in like somewhere between midnight and sunrise. So I'm on my way there. I'll be just on the streets.
No problem. I'm in Le Fulan clothes. So I'll be like, what happens? I'll spot you in Unforgiving Viper. I'll jump into an alleyway and I'll leave as Le Fulan. And then I'll sort of and I'm like, "When there you are!" Oh, and I'll start like rushing towards you, and I'll like step with you.
I think when you jump into an alleyway, it's like the seat. It cuts to like my eyes like flicker over, like I notice movement, and then you come out of it.
Perfect.
But I stop anyway.
Finally! I've been trying to catch up with you all night. How's it? Are you all right? Was it okay? Kind of left in a bit of a bad spot. I do apologize.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, the whole fighting in a bar, you guy mask, big swing, at me out the window, you sort of left on your own. But you seem all right, so I guess it went okay.
It was all right. If I would let that tamper our friendship, I'm not sure if we would still be friends at this point.
Oh, that's really sweet and also hurtful. at the same time. I don't know how I feel. Where are you heading now? I say as I like move up to you.
I have some business to attend to, and yet you're out as well. Do you also have business?
The business of a young gentleman such as myself in the middle of the night is not one that someone such as you would really want to know.
You say that every single time, but nothing actually happens.
Hey, listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's not entirely... Where are you going?
It is somewhere that I must go by myself.
Well, as long as you don't let me stop you, everything's fine. But I couldn't help but notice it's kind of on the way to the Brotherhood area. You're not planning on fighting him again, are you?
Well, that is my business.
I shouldn't interfere. I should interfere. I should respect you as a friend, and it should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to know, if you're going there, are you going in intention to fight?
If it must come to blows, then it must.
Then I must accompany you. I
believe I just said I must do it alone.
I understand. However, I too have business. Apparently, I mean, my horrible name tarnished as a thief of records. And I too would like to go and sort of deal with my problems. And we just happen to go the same way. And I am not letting
Stop, traitor!
Oh, God, not again.
You turn around and you see a bunch of the Brotherhood there, and Saffron Dusk standing at the head of them with his bow drawn.
Saffron Dusk.
Oh, who's Saffron Dusk? I gotta catch up.
Saffron Dusk was a guard.
New phone. Who did?
Oh yeah, Saffron Dusk. Oh God, him. Oh no.
Wait, who?
I know Saffron Dusk.
Do I know who it is? Or
no,
no?
I do. And I'm like, oh no, him, please, not him. No, anyone but him. This is
traitor. I raised my eyebrow.
Greetings to all my friends. How are you doing? I was just heading towards the Brotherhood.
You will not trick me again. And he pulls taunt on his bow.
I am unarmed and I am accompanying someone. I'm heading that way anyway. Why don't we talk about this inside your quarters?
On your knees, traitor.
No, that is just...
If you were going anywhere, you were going in chains.
I'm gonna take a step forward, and my hand is not on my sword. Well, actually, I think I carry my sword around, so I guess I haven't. No, I carry it like for some reason people don't tie their swords to their belts, so then I kind of just like carry it, but I haven't like unsheathed it. But I do step forward, and I would like to. I think I'm just reading this new stranger that apparently my friend knows.
Okay, can you roll study then, please?
Okay, I'm going to roll with, let's see, awareness, so that would be water. Okay. The water. Up. I just realized I didn't have the roll for your party pulled up, so it's loading right now, and I am going to...
It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to re-roll the purple dice.
Woo!
That is a 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay.
Ooh,
So,
I love that. That pause. Like, wait, hold on. What?
so you get to hold 2 there.
Right.
So you can reveal a detail, learn a person's scale, ask a question about a person, and ask a question about the situation or place.
I want to know if oh, maybe I should learn a person's scale. Sure. I want to know
We're not
what
gonna fight him. I don't know. We don't need a scale. We're not gonna fight.
What?
We're not gonna fight him. Good. I hope.
Oh, whoops.
I might run away. I mean, you might fight him. Yeah, go for it. Go wild.
I want to know what his scale is.
Okay. He is a mook.
He's a mook. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like I give him like a very subtle up and down, and then like, and my stance like very slightly relaxes. Oh, okay. I want to know if he is here on a official, like actual business with the Brotherhood, or if there's some kind of like secret grudge that he wants to carry through with as well. So I'm just studying his demeanor.
Okay. It's a little bit of both. He feels personally betrayed, but you can see that from the look of the people and how they're carrying themselves. They've been ordered to be here, and they've come equipped to actually take someone into custody.
Okay. Friends, I'm not sure if we have met before. I am traceless of the Temple of the Eastern Dragon, and I will give you my word that this person that you say is a traitor will not run away while I am present.
You should listen. She absolutely believe her. I will not.
Quiet, traitor.
Why does he always do this? But seriously, why?
I'm going to nod at them, and then I'm going to turn around and continue heading in the direction of the, where they're making camp. The Brotherhood is making camp.
And I'm just going to quietly follow.
And that they are literally walking behind you with their weapons out, and actually, I wouldn't say they're holding them threateningly, but they're holding them threateningly.
They don't have the point of it pointed towards us, but it's kind of in our direction.
Yes, it's kind of up a little bit, but
okay.
See, I told you need accompaniment. It's dangerous times. Look at these ruffians around us.
Mistress Traceless, we'll accept your parole for this thief, but we must ask.
Go ahead.
We might ask that you would come with us if you are to be his parolee, to bring him to our compound. He has much to answer for.
May I ask as to what it is he should answer for? You call him a traitor. This is not what you said earlier in the day.
He has stolen that which we were given to carry. He is a thief.
I pause. I'm sorry, what?
By that which you were told to carry, do you mean the Golden Saber?
You can see his face drain. I have said no such thing.
No, of course not.
The Golden Saber is missing?
I have said no such thing.
You definitely...
I'm now looking at you.
For the first time, you actually see genuine confusion on my face. Like, of all the times it's been oh no, I have nothing to do with it. But now you're like, I'm like, I don't actually know what he's talking. I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna walk closer to you, and I'm gonna whisper in a way. I don't know if I need a roll for this, where other people won't hear.
I think we can get away with that. I feel like, what's going on?
Yeah, like my arms are crossed, and I'm kind of like, what is the meaning of this?
I don't.
Do you know anything about it?
Well, no. I can assure you, I have definitely not stolen the saber.
Do you know who has? Do you have suspicions?
Well, that depends. 1 second. May I be allowed to ask one question? Just one.
Is that the question?
No, that isn't the question. This is the question. This item I happen to have stolen that you're not going to acknowledge. When did I steal it?
You do not know this?
I just enlighten me.
Our cart arrived empty into the city.
Oh, I'll nod and I'll lean over. Okay, was it me?
What would you not have known otherwise?
I had to double check. It's very important and complicated.
What is your? And I'm like looking. Like I'm like it's like I'm looking at you, but I'm really looking at your forehead. Is there something you should tell me?
There is so much I should tell you, and you
Well,
cannot.
you might as well tell me now.
All right, so maybe I may have gone to the camp, and maybe I may have looked for the sword, and maybe I may have not found it there in the cart when I tried to see if it was there or not. But I didn't steal it because it wasn't there. I can't steal something that wasn't there. I thought they'd hidden it better. I was impressed. I generally thought they'd dupe me.
So you meant to steal the sword?
I didn't say I meant to steal the sword. I just wanted to see if it was there.
But did you mean to steal the sword?
Oh, I didn't steal the sword, did I?
But you meant to.
That's not what I said. I was looking at it.
I'm asking you if that is true.
All right,
now.
fine. I may have meant to possibly maybe steal the sword.
Shh.
Maybe meant to possibly steal the sword. Maybe. I hadn't made my decision yet. It was very important. I wasn't sure if I should or not.
You do realize that this makes you the prime suspect.
I know.
You're the best scapegoat.
I know. And the truth is,
intent.
I wasn't really trying to steal it. I just wanted to know who the successor would be.
Well, and I think at this point, like, we're there, and maybe Iron-Faced Bison is there.
Okay, and as you step into the yard, you can see Iron-Faced Bison with his iron mask on his face and his great big thunderbolt hammer, or the great big mace with the big circular head on it, standing there, and you can see beside him he actually has a magistrate. And the magistrate's guards. At last! You have found the traitor.
Oh, here we go.
And he points with his hammer. Take them into chains.
Wait, them?
Him into chains.
Better. Just to make sure. I would not. What? 1 second. Do I not deserve a fair trial? Can you prove I have stolen anything? I am innocent, and I am being accused for something I did not do.
I am Magistrate Wen.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you, is it, Wen?
Hello. An allegation has been made against you. Do you understand it?
No. I would like it to be clarified, please.
It is said that you have stolen the great Golden Dragon Saber.
Oh, do they have any proof?
Yes, you entered the camp unbidden while they were en route. Yes. And when the bandits attacked, it is said that you have taken the saber.
The bandits that attacked, the ones that I helped them clear.
They say it is a cover, but do not worry, we will get to the truth of this soon. And he turns to one of his guards. Heat up the irons.
Okay, I need to think. Who would possibly steal it? Who would be...
Does Magistrate Wen look like he look like he knows kung fu? Do I know what faction he's from?
Magistrate Wen is an imperial magistrate, but he is from the same faction that you commonly get Columbo's from. He is a bumbling magistrate that is here for comic relief more than anything else. He does not know kung fu.
You're the worst.
His guards are all mooks, and you would have no trouble defeating them if you wish to do so.
Point of order, I'd like to make a statement. Why am I the only one being accused when other members happen to be there getting drunk? I do believe Black Fox Jian was there, and so was Wellworn Ling. I don't see them around.
And then then a shadow falls over you, and you look up and see an older lady. Because there was one guard that was watching that carriage, and someone spiked their drink.
How horrible.
I'm going to give you a reassuring pat on your shoulder, and I'm gonna say, try to not stir up trouble in the meantime.
What you mean by me? Don't leave me. I have to tell you something. It's really important. I just can't do it here.
Then to the cells. Oh, to the cells.
Oh, great.
Okay, I would love for us to have, because I know that this is Lloyd's last session, so I would love to have that conversation. So can we just skip to
me and yourself, and you
do a hard
they're in jail. I go to visit. Maybe I have a bucket of soup.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, by all means, we'll hard cut to the cells, and it's actually it's about 2 o'clock in the morning now, I think.
Excellent.
So their torches hung up, and the paper lanterns with the little oil lamps inside, and the guard lets you in. He nods to you as you go, and then he steps out and closes the door behind you.
Great. Now I'm in jail.
What did you mean to tell me? You must have an idea of how I can help you.
I do have an idea how I can help us, but there's something else I need to do for you. And I need your help in doing it.
Yes, so what can I help you with?
I want to confirm something I've been thinking of for a very long time, and I think I've sort of maybe figured out what's going on. And it kind of involves the saber.
All right.
But before I mention that, we've been friends for a while.
Yes.
In fact, we've been friends ever since the temple went down.
Yes.
I may not have been entirely honest with you about my intentions.
I see.
I know you blame the Brotherhood for what happened. The Brotherhood? Yeah, the Brotherhood for what happened. But there was an incident at the temple that I feel I should tell you about. The Brotherhood were going there, and they were there on good intentions, but the attack didn't come from them. They were the ones being attacked. The temple fell because Wei Ying, whom I believe may be your own teacher, stated that they wanted to have something else change within the Wulin.
I stand up. I was maybe crouching in front of you, or sitting down, face to face. I stand up.
Oh, are you on the other side of the bars so I don't get killed when you get angry?
No, I am. We're both in there. They close the door behind us.
I'll try this.
Although I do think you are in chains at the moment, Lloyd.
Oh, great, excellent.
Okay, and I think I need to roll inner conflict.
Yes, I would think so indeed.
Woo!
Let's see. It would be with. I think it's with metal, which is control, right? Yes,
that's right.
I think so. That's a 7.
Okay,
right.
So on a 7 on an inner conflict roll, you must either flee the scene or mark a chi until you make a change in the entanglement.
I'll mark my chi. Well, actually, should I leave? It feels like it would make more sense for me to leave, actually.
Go for it.
Do you want him to actually say the rest of what he's going to say, or do you want to leave at this point?
Yeah, I think I'm like, oh, I'm not clutching my sword because I'm unarmed, because I walked into a cell and I'm sure they asked me to put it away. But my hands are clenched into fists. And
if you don't believe me, Speak to the Brotherhood, to Iron Face Saber himself, and he'll tell you the truth of what happened.
I do not need you to tell me what I should or should not do.
Really? Because it seems like that's what I'm doing right now. Maybe it's time you stopped looking for vengeance instead of looking for the truth.
And it's very clear. Like there's like a moment where I'm like, and I turn back.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn around. I think I like gesture for the guard, and then they come and like, you know, unlock the door, and then I walk out.
And you walk past them, and at this point you can see that they're actually bringing in the rest of the evening meal. They're bringing in the rice bowl, which they come up and put under Unforgiving Viper, Lei Fulan's cell door, and push it in towards him.
Is there poison?
No, there is no poison.
Oh, great. Yeah, I like, there's probably like one place where you like put your weapon before you go in, which is like some like wooden box, and I like grab it out of there and I like stride out.
Excellent. So
inside the cells, you see me breathe a sigh of relief because I've had this weight on my shoulders for quite a while. And then I sort of take a deep breath again. And then as I do, my features sort of pseudo change to have that of what I would not, my eyes, the ones I look like when I'm Unforgiving Viper. And then the scene can cut.
No, and then I think the bowl gets, you open up the actual bowl of rice.
Mm-hmm.
And inside there's a key. So yeah, Agatha, do you want to go and have that discussion with Iron Face Bison now?
Yes, I think I do. Okay. Where is he?
He's at the Brotherhood compound.
Okay.
He's right in the outskirts of the city in the warehouse district.
Yeah.
In the western courtyard.
I think it's like there's like a sound outside, and then he like notices, and before he can like reach for his weapon, how does it? I think the door just like flies open, and I'm there, and maybe there's some like wind effect through my clothes.
Back again, child.
I like stare at him, and then I throw my sword onto the ground. It's I think I treat my weapon better than that. I throw it onto like the side table. I have not come here to fight.
Then what have you come here for?
I think I deserve the truth. Do I not?
Can you accept the truth? Will you believe the truth?
Whether I do or not, I think you owe me that much.
He reaches for his weapon for a moment, then stops and turns round in his chair. Very well. He reaches behind his head and undoes his mask and takes it off and throws it at your feet.
I glance down at it and I don't pick it up.
You wish to know where I got that? That is not a question. That is not a question. There was a night 5 years ago where I was charged to escort a caravan. We were going near your temple, but we were there to catch bandits which had been plaguing the local area. They had robbed local farms. They attacked merchants on the road. We went with Master Ironwing Crane to bring them to justice. I took that as a trophy during that fight. Yes, I was near the temple, but I never went in. I did not follow Master Ironwing Crane after he had entered the temple. We left him at the gate. Whatever he did there is his own business.
So you're saying the one who killed all of those lives at the temple is the dead man?
No. Ironwing Crane is not dead. He has retired. He has washed his hands. But he has not passed from this world. He has merely given up his sword.
And this is the truth that you want to tell me?
Why would I hide it from you? You have already proven that you can defeat me. There would be nothing to be gained by me lying.
There's no way for you to defeat me. You could stop me from killing you if you were to lie.
I do not lie. I am not a liar. I do not come from a family of liars. My father and his father before him prided themselves on their honesty, just as my child does after me.
Perhaps you should think more about that last one. And I reach down to grab my sword. And then I look down again at the mask. I kick it up towards him. I'm sure he catches it.
Yep.
And I turn around and fly out of there.
And it lingers on him a moment, and you can see he lets out an explosive breath that he'd almost been all the tension flows out of the room in that second. And we cut the scene there. Okay, so folk know where Mass River's going now. So, Black Fox. Oh, sorry. Good. Yes, good call. Agatha, I didn't spot the time. Should we have a break and come back on the hour? I'll see everyone in 8 minutes then.
And I'm back. What I miss?
Well, there was that epic fight that you just... Oh, no, wait a minute. No, that was another game.
Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna... I'm trying to resolve all my plot lines.
Yes, I know.
I'm trying. I have like 2 more to do. I gotta resolve my marriage, and I gotta resolve me and Black Fox Swan, because Black Fox Swan's also not here next week, is he? Because we're gonna be together at this convention.
Yes.
So basically, 2 of us are not gonna be here. Good luck.
I am going to be running more Hearts of Wulin in March.
Oh, cool.
So
don't kill off the characters just yet. That's what you're saying.
Well, the romance of the Golden Dragon may be over, but there may be more stories to come.
Oh, fair dues. Oh, that's me. I was like, oh, yeah.
That wasn't the one I was after. I hope that doesn't result in a copyright strike.
Watch for this.
That was the one I was after.
It doesn't sound like Kung Fu Fighting.
It turns out YouTube has a number of of licensed tunes they have, including some traditional Chinese tunes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's Erhu.
Yeah, I know. I love the instrument. I picked one up a few months ago, but I've never got the hang of actually playing it yet. To go along with my Appalachian dulcimer and all the other stuff that I never end up actually learning how to play properly. Anyway, is everyone back?
Yes.
Okay. So, Lloyd, we're going to say that you can get out of the cells without any problems.
No problem.
That was the intention of the key being there, so you don't have to commit time to it.
I know. However, I need to stay within the compound because I need to find out where the hell the sword is. The whole point of coming through was going to be, okay, I'll get in there and I'll find out where the sword is if Wellworn Ling can't get it for me.
Okay, I think at this point we're going to have everyone actually in the compound, because I think Black Fox Jian and Wellworn Ling have been summoned back to give a report to the leader of the Righteous Brotherhood of the Road.
Okay.
And I think if you want to be still around as well, Agatha, you can be just coming out from having that discussion with Iron Face Bison.
Sure. I will go and sit on a tree and listen in.
So the camp is lit by torches. The fires flicker everywhere and casted lights dimly over the place. You can see that the Brotherhood is tense. A lot of them have got drunk, and the lower ranks the lower NCOs are out basically beating some order into them, but something doesn't feel right here. Something very much doesn't feel right here. It's almost as if the losing the sword has struck a blow against the morale of the company. So, Black Fox Yang, Wellworn Ling, you are summoned to speak with Lian Jingyu, who sits at...
Sorry, I'm just getting slightly slipped in time here. Is this before the encounter at the Blossoms? Because I thought Black Fox was heading for the mountain.
Okay, Black Fox, so you do you want to be in this scene, or would you prefer to head towards the mountains?
My intention had been to head towards the mountains.
In that case, we will say that Black Fox Yang is not there then.
Sure thing.
Okay, so
do you want me to tell you what I think Ling did after that?
if you want to, yes, please.
I think that knowing it turns out Unfettered Frost were not going to raid the Blossoms. They were probably following him. And so he will get a message via them to Unfettered Frost that, and I assume that message will get both to Unforgiving Viper as soon as Lei Fu lands out of jail, and to Hateful Spider. And I simply wondered whether Lei Fu Lan, in an effort to win the trust of Wu Hen, might confide where they were going, because I think I will have set off after Black Fox Jian, but I'm expecting backup from Unfettered Frost.
That's fine. If you want to actually provide that information to people, we do that in a scene now, if that's okay. So, Wu Hen, you're sitting in the tree, and Ling, how do you see yourself coming into the scene?
I think probably, thinking about it, I think Ling is still slightly split. So he will send a message via those agents to Unfettered Frost, so that the morning after the jail, both Hateful Spider and Unforgiving Viper will know where he thinks the sword is. And I think he will arrive, he will go back to the courtyard, the compound of the Righteous Brotherhood, because he feels obliged, I think, still to tell them where he thinks the sword is. And that would provide an opportunity perhaps to bump into Wu Hen.
Brilliant. So we'll go ahead and do that. So you're heading back to the courtyard.
And I see the woman that I last saw storming off, having accused my father of murdering someone.
That's right, yes. In fact, I think you can see her coming out of his room.
Then I will be on my guard, because my fear will be that she has killed him.
Oh, well, technically, I flew out of it and then onto a tree.
I mean, that still kind of might be death. I don't know.
Well, what I mean is, like, okay, but there's more movement going on.
What has happened? What have you done to my father?
Why don't you ask him?
I rush to the door and open it, and he may be in there, possibly in tears. I don't know.
You can see that he's sitting there and his hand is shaking as he's lifting a drink to his mouth.
And his mask is off, which is a significant emotional sign.
Indeed, yes.
What has she done to you, father?
She has done possibly the cruelest thing. She has allowed me to live.
Go back out and stare at Wu Hen and say, have you shamed my father for a good reason?
I'm not sure who you think you are to ask me this question.
I am the son of my father.
Again, as his son, you may ask him.
You are.
I'm going to jump off to another tree.
You are a strange woman. How can my family in some way balance their relationship with you?
Are you following me? Is that what's happening? Your family owes me nothing. And then I stopped, and I think we were like jumping between trees. And like we're standing like at the tip of one of those branches because of course. And I'm like looking at you and it just say, you owe me nothing.
Then why do I feel we owe you something? What is it about you? What do you want from us? Or from me?
I don't want anything from you.
Actually, Agatha, can you roll in a conflict, please? Because you do
Inner
want
conflict.
you do want something from him.
That's true. Right. Oh, I forgot about the two ones. My bad. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. It doesn't super matter what I chose because I rolled a 3.
Okay.
But let's say that I would have rolled with metal again because
Okay.
I need control.
Okay. So can you mark chi in this instance, please?
Sure.
And I think at this point, normally in moving circles, people are able to hold back their emotions. They talk about love obscurely and obtusely. I think you're going to be very honest with him, and I think you're going to just say straight out what you feel.
Okay, great. How do I do this? Oh, this is fun. Okay, let's say that while we're standing on the tip of that branch, I'm standing on the outside and you're standing on the inside. And when you're just like in my face, and it's kind of rude, but I'm also like, it's been a long day. I like spin around because I was gonna jump off again, but just so many questions, and I like shove you so that you like are pushed back like into the trunk of the tree.
And I begin to overbalance. What does Wu Hen do? It's a long way up.
I don't think I removed my hand, so my hand is still there, like on your chest and just like holding you against the tree. Maybe a little bit painfully. Why do you do this to me? What have I done to any of you? Your father? And now you? What do I owe you that you're asking me for an explanation? I simply want the truth. I just want to know what happened.
What is going on here, Wu Hen? This is about more than my father.
What is going on is that I am in love with you. And I hate it.
I think I'd like to roll in a conflict because I think I now have, I believe, 2 women in love with me and one of them I'm in love with and neither of them am I engaged to.
Please roll in a conflict. Any well set up game should have one in a conflict roll setting off a whole cascade of them down the line, I think. So
I think I'm going to have to roll with metal because I think this is about reflection.
Okay, so can you give me 2 seconds just to check something? You can roll with anything but your style element for in a conflict.
That's okay. So I'll roll with metal, which is +0.
Yes.
That's 8.
Okay. So the options are, I tried to get it back up. On an 8, you must either flee the scene or mark a chi until you make a change in the entanglement.
Okay. I will mark metal, take her into my arms and kiss her, and change my entanglement.
Brilliant. What are you changing the entanglement to?
Despite being engaged, I have realized that it is Wu Hen, not Hateful Spider, who is my soul mate! Exclamation mark.
Okay, so I think we actually have the scene freeze here. There's this shot of you literally arm in arm, and all the blossoms on the trees are basically blown off as the wind strikes up. The music stirs up higher. It's almost like a cyclone of petals that go around you, and I think there's just this frozen shot as you lean in to kiss each other, and the scene fades to black.
There was one more thing I wanted to say at that still central
okay.
microphone.
No, okay, sorry.
And that is, Wuhen, I have done a terrible thing. I have sent unfettered frost after my sworn brother, Black Fox, Jian. We must help him.
How does this even is this after the kiss? Like, oh man, so rude.
I didn't say it was going to be simple, Wuhen.
I feel like Wuhen is like, I'm surrounded by crazy people.
Let go and join the craziness. We have a vital task. My brother is in danger. Light of my heart, help me.
Wait, are we continuing the scene? Is that what's happening?
I guess we are.
Okay, then you have to like hearts and mind.
Okay. I just thought love might cut through that, but that's okay. Okay. Then I think that I will roll with fire, because I think that this is a slice of the old well-worn Ling. Six, 7, 8. So on a hit, if you do what I ask, you mark XP. If you don't, you mark Chi. On a 7 to 9, I mark Chi if you decline.
Yes, for a PC on a hit, they may mark XP if they do as you ask. If they don't, they mark a Chi.
Yeah.
So on a 7 to 9, you mark a Chi as well if they decline.
Okay. It's like there's something about it that is very jarring about the scene. I think it's like right after this like romantic moment, and it's like all this like music in the background, and then it's like, by the way, also do this for me. And there's like and I think I'm like pretty shocked with this turn of event. And I'm like staring at you like, what?
We can bind our souls together in action. Let us embark on this quest together. Let it be the start of the rest of our life.
You do have a way with words. And I'm going to take a petal that's fallen on your hair or your head. I'll remove it, flick it away, and then I'm going to jump away. And I'm going to mark what is a chi that I could mark? I guess I'll mark fire.
Okay.
So have I.
Okay. So at that point, we will cut that scene there. And I think the next scene we're going to have is where Black Fox Jian has managed to catch up with Mast River as she heads towards Mount Jianghu. So where do you see the scene happening?
Actually, that's a good. If it's okay, I'm going to roll my the move I just picked up, the Trail of the Everlasting Hero, because that'll probably give some more context around it.
By all means,
as how the the catching up with her works out. I think I will go with we'll call it water for this.
Okay.
That's a 7. So that is
okay. You know where to find them, and you can track them down.
Yep, she will be aware of my presence as well, and I don't get any bonuses against her because I didn't get a 10+.
Okay.
So yeah, no, and I think it is in that case. I think it is a bridge over the river over one of the rivers on the way up to the mountain, and I think she's been. I've been sort of catching up with her, but I think she is aware that someone's following her. So I think she's stopped at the bridge as I sort of jump down from one of the trees. I've been sort of hopping through as I've been following her.
Brilliant. And I think this bridge goes actually going down, and there's a waterfall underneath it. But the central column supporting it is a giant statue of Guan Yu, and
Cool.
basically holding the bridge in place as it goes over. And I think it's actually a rope bridge, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That works for me.
It's okay. So you jump down on her. She spins as she sees you, and her hand goes to the saber.
I think the hand will be on the hilt of my sword as well, but I've not drawn it yet either. Masked River. I did not want it to come to this, but what rights you may have to the sword are not my place to dispute, but that you have taken it from us, I cannot allow. I offer you one last chance. Please relinquish the sword to me.
Please do not do this. I do not wish to fight you. I do not wish to harm you. You are as dear to me as anything.
Neither do I, you, Master River. I wanted to be what I could for you, but my duty to the Brotherhood. I must return with the saber or die in the attempt.
Then leave them. Join me. We will take my father's place as masters of the Wulin. We will bring peace and harmony to the land. We will bring order to those who seek to bring chaos.
Your goals are noble, and I hope if you survive this, that you will go on to do such great things, but I could not start off on such an enterprise by breaking my word.
Then I am sorry. And she draws a saber.
I will draw my sword and bow to her.
Okay. So how do you initiate the fight?
I think I will just leap towards her, and I'll maybe leap onto the rope, the sort of handrail to the rope bridge, and run towards her along it.
And she sees you, and she jumps onto the opposite rail. So as you're both running up, you're basically running up, trading blows as you're running up the actual ropes themselves.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be trading blows with her. He's fighting earnestly and seriously. He doesn't want to harm her, but at the same time, he has to, sort of thing. And I think he's going to, for one step, it looks like he's missed, but he actually slices the rope just as she's about to sort of put her foot down upon it.
Okay, so you cut the rope and the bridge shudders, and she starts to fall, but you can see that she wraps her foot around the rope as she falls, and rather than actually fall off, she swings round, stabs up through the actual floor itself, and is now clambering actually onto the underside of the bridge, stabbing up through it.
Yeah, and I think we see sort of Black Fox sort of leaping backwards from the blows as she's sort of stabbing through there. And I think he keeps leaping back until he's essentially over like a rocky protrusion from the waterfall underneath. And then he's going to launch himself from the bridge and attempt to strike her as he sort of falls.
Okay.
Goes down.
So rather than the protrusion, do you want to say you fall onto the statue that's actually holding
the... that's cool. That's a cool idea, actually, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she sees you come in, and the only way that she can the sword is through the actual the bridge itself, and the only way she can actually avoid the blow is to pull the sword out and fall free. And I think there's this moment where you're both actually in free fall at the same time, the same direction. So you strike blows as you fall, and you land. I think you land on the hand of the statue. So it's got one hand up holding the bridge, and one hand actually out. And I think you land in the palm itself.
Cool.
And as she falls down, she digs the actual dragon saber into the stone itself to test her fall, to rest her fall. So she's down below you, looking up.
Nice. I think for a moment, there's that sort of moment where he raises the sword to strike her while she's sort of just hanging there. But then he pauses and steps back to give her the opportunity to climb back up again.
And she nods and pulls herself up. And she takes a moment to get her breath back. And then she's on you once more. You trade blows, and where you're standing, she strikes to the ground and chops off the finger of the statue. And the stone beneath you starts to go. You jump onto the other finger as the hand is open.
Yeah.
And I think you're both actually jumping down between the different fingers. And this, basically, as she strikes, the statue is losing a little bit of a knuckle at a time. And I think this all comes to the final moment where you're facing each other on the palm.
Yeah.
And you've pressed to her, and she's got her back against the actual statue itself. And I think you get to roll, but there is one issue.
Yep.
with this saber, she is higher scale than you. So would you roll duel, please? Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. That's a 10 in total.
Okay. So you lose, but you get to declare how you lose.
Yeah. So I think she's sort of she's pushed up against the final finger, and I think I come in with a sort of big overhand cut, which she parries with the sword. She sort of kicks me back, and then as she's coming towards him, he'll raise the blade to parry, and then at the last minute sheathe it and say, "Rule well, my love," as the blade catches him through the chest.
And she stops. The blade catches, but it doesn't go deep. She can see the blood, and you can see her hands are shaken. No!
You must.
No!
Others will follow me.
Can you please mark wounded?
Yep.
Rather than marking a chief for that, I believe. And she lets go of the sword and looks at her hands. No! No! And I think at that point you collapse to into the palm, and she's leaning over you. No! She pulls the sword out and throws it to one side, and she leans down. She takes your head in her hands. No, I can't lose you.
You must.
I can't.
I would like to use a move, please.
By all means.
I would like to use my half sword. Will travel once per session. You may announce your presence at the perfect place to help someone, ignoring the usual limits of time, distance, and plausibility.
Excellent. Can you roll? Is it a roll or is it just?
No, I just turn up to help.
Excellent.
At that point,
how do you turn up?
I have options, but I don't know if. Oh wait, would I do them as Unforgiving Viper? Yes, I would, because you're dying, aren't you, Black Jian?
It certainly seems that way.
Okay, I will turn up. The saber goes through her chest. And once she threw away,
yep, and she
through her chest.
She's holding Black Fox Jian, and she leans in to kiss, and she smiles, and the smile freezes on her face. And there's a shh as the tip of the blade comes through her chest. And her robes, blood seeps out, staining what was once immaculate silk. And runs down to the tip of the blade to actually fall upon Black Fox Jian below.
I withdraw the blade, and as she falls to the side, you see Unforgiving Viper is standing there with the mask over her face. Once again, finally holding the sword in her hand, but shaking while she does so. And she looks down at you, Black Fox Jian, and you hear her voice come through. Although it's strong, it's slightly weakened, and it goes, "She would have killed you.
She should have killed me.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't let that happen."
I cannot let you leave with the sword.
You're in no position to stop me. But I cannot let you die.
If you wish to leave with the sword, then I must die here.
I'd like to roll in a conflict, please.
Please do. I was wondering how long that would take.
And I believe I will be rolling with, because this is actually passion, so fire. Oh boy, that's going to be great. Oh, a 10 minus 1 is a 9.
Excellent. So within a conflict on a 9 plus, you must either flee the scene or mark a chi until you make a change in the entanglement.
Both those options require me to let Black Jian die.
Can I make a counter offer?
Yes, please.
Rather than marking a chi, would you mark wounded? It's an offer to you if you want to do so.
If I mark wounded, is it possible to save Black Fox Jian?
Yes.
I'll mark wounded.
Okay. So as you're standing there, you look at the blade, and there's a shh noise as a blade comes through your chest.
Oh no!
And a hand reaches round as a woman takes the saber from your hands. Thank you, sister.
But why? As I hit the ground next to him.
Why? A father loves all his children, but that love is shared. I am a dutiful son. And as a dutiful son, I seek to make the family strong. He holds up the blade. This will make our family stronger than anything else. This and my marriage. And he turns to leave you. I will give you this one last mercy, and this is the only mercy you will receive from me. You may both die together. And he leaps up onto the remains of the bridge and flees up and moves up the mountain.
Can this be when I can come up to the scene? I know I don't have that move.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I would like to show up. Okay, I see two people lying there bleeding, and I rush over to my friend first. Wulin. And I'm like kind of lifting you up.
No, stop! Save him!
What?
Please.
And I think I ignore you and I take your pulse to see your stitch.
And I'm trying to stop you, but I'm so weak. I'm like, no, stop.
I mean, if you want to convince me to save you instead of saving that
save
guy,
him instead of me?
Then you gotta.
I don't think I can roll because I'm wounded, right?
Yeah, you can.
No, it's just -2.
Yeah, just -2.
All right, cool. In that case, I will roll with. Oh, what makes sense in this case? Metal. Let's go with metal. Nope. No, I fail. I fail hard. Yeah, that was a 2 and a 1. I could do it if I wanted to. I can't.
I mean, okay. So, how are you trying to convince me?
I was I'm just trying to say, please, just do one thing. Just don't let him. Don't. But I'm coughing up so much blood, I can't get the words out. So, because I'm bleeding, I'm so badly gone, I can't tell you to save him over me.
Oh. I feel I mean, this is up to you, but I feel I've taken your pulse, which is the way that I can tell anything, your health. Basically, I can tell that you're dying, and that I can't actually save you.
Okay.
If you're cool with that.
Oh, so you're gonna kill me? That's what you're saying? It's okay to kill.
I'm not going to kill you unless you ask me to. But
no. I mean, you're okay with me dying here. In that case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it.
Is this your last request? This is what you want?
Yes. Please.
After all of this, after all of your lies, you're going to throw everything away for this man?
I grab onto your shirt and I pull myself up and I go, I've never lied to you.
Why are you lying till the end? And I remove your hand from my shirt, and there's a huge blood stain on there now. And I'm gonna walk over to Black Frost Jian. I have the move. What is my move again? The move where I can save someone's life.
Yes.
Let me double check what that is. The promise. When I attempt to keep someone from dying in my presence, 10 plus, they can stay in this world, blah, blah. Oh, well, maybe this is not such a good idea because this is on a miss. Their death haunts you as an entanglement. Maybe I'm just going to ignore you and I'm going to try to
Yeah, also, don't forget, I failed my hearts and minds roll, so you don't have to save him over me.
That's true.
And I think the thing that actually pushes it on is you notice that the blade that he was that Li Fulan, or actually Unforgiving Viper at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm bleeding, so clearly my face is exposed.
Yeah. And I think you can actually clearly see now that Unforgiving Viper is Li Fulan, but the blade that he was stabbed, she was stabbed with, was poisoned.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to lay you on your side so that if in case you like cough up more blood, it won't. Anyway, you won't choke on it. And I'm going to attempt to save you. Actually, yeah, I think it makes more sense this way. In case I fail, I'm going to roll with. What should I roll with? I'm going to roll with focus. So that's Earth.
Okay. Don't forget, you get +1 forward to treat them. And it's an overcome roll.
Oh, okay. I get +1?
Yep. If someone has been poisoned because of your 5 deadly venoms.
Right. Yeah, I rolled a 6 with Earth is 8, and then +1 is 9. Okay, on a 7 to 9, I may keep them alive, but I must pay a significant cost.
No. Okay.
I'm wondering actually, at this point, if I might try to comfort and support to give you the boost. So I think Black Fox is going to kind of rise up and say, Fulan, please, Wuhan, do what you must. Save them. I will do what I can to help you. And I think it's probably going to be a fire roll because I think this is about his passion for Fulan. That's a 7.
Do you have so for a 7 on a comfort and support? On a hit, they hear you. They may clear a chi or add a bond.
Yep. So I will do the thing of adding the bond and then immediately spending it to give them a bonus on their roll.
Hey, do you have
up to a 10?
Do you have a move that actually adds to that?
Yes. Bear with me. That is 2 Wondrous Tigers.
Okay, so you give +2 to that roll. That roll becomes an 11.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's for me. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, great. Let me double check that move. Okay, on a 10 plus, they stay in this world, though may spend time in a coma or need a rest to fully recover.
I think that's me right now, recovering from the coma.
Yeah, I think you faint at some point, like from pain, and stuff, and maybe blood loss as well.
That
But I hit your pressure points to stop the blood flow, and then I probably like use my whatever it's called. I guess it's called chi in this game. To like force like at least some of the poison out of your body, and the rest will have to be done with herbal medicine. But
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
And just for brief mechanical expressions, I think at that point Black Fox is going to get up, and he's got like a nasty gash in his chest, which requires him to be shirtless. And but he doesn't actually seem that slowed down by it, because the swordsman's abilities, they get an extra wound box they can tick for, which doesn't have any penalties. So
I nearly died for you, Dick. I hate you.
Okay, well, I guess like maybe at some point after I'm like wiping sweat from my brow from like, I don't know, like expending my chi to like help what is your real name again?
Unforgiving Viper.
Unforgiving Viper. I like notice that you're like just bleeding from this giant gash, and like have not bothered to dress it. And I'm just like, and I think I tear like a strip from like the bottom of my robe, and I just like throw it at you.
cool. Yeah, and I think he'll sort of start bandaging himself. So
I think there's one more thing I want to say before I pass out, because there is one last piece I didn't get a chance to say. As I feel myself going, I don't know what I'm going to make it or not, and I have to say something. So, although I am looking at hot Black Fox Run next to me with a shirt off, kind of my priority right now, and I look at Wuhen, and I go, "There's one thing I need to tell you. The person who ordered your master to attack the Brotherhood was my father." And then I'll pass out.
I feel like I need to enter conflict.
Thanks for saving me, by the way. Just want you to know.
Please roll in a conflict.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it with I don't remember what is mine. Okay, I can't roll it with well, I'm gonna roll with Earth because I need focus. No, that doesn't make sense. And I can't roll with water. Patience, caution, focus, presence. I don't know. None of these seem to really work. I think I need to roll to like focus. So let's say I'm gonna roll with Earth.
Okay.
On the task at hand of saving the life of okay, I roll an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Excellent. Okay. So you get to keep your focus in this instance. Okay. So
yeah, I think I oh sorry.
To say, how does that affect you when you learn that?
Yeah, I think I like took out my handkerchief before what man, I keep forgetting. Poisonous Viper? What?
Unforgiving Viper.
Unforgiving.
You can't just call me Lei Fulang. It's fine. It still has that persona.
My best friend / enemy's daughter. Like had that drop that bomb. I was wetting a handkerchief with my water skin, and I was gonna like wipe her face. And then like I think it's just like the it's like a tight shot on my hand, and it's just like I was reaching forward and I pause, and then I continue to reach forward and like keep wiping your face.
Brilliant. And at this point, I think we're gonna cut from that scene there, and we're gonna actually go to a little inn on the road. And I think lower down on the mountain, Wellworn Ling has stopped to get something to eat because he's been traveling as fast as he can, but he needs to actually get something in him, otherwise he's just going to pass out. And as he comes into the inn, there's a old woman there. Oh, would you care for some tea? And her hand shakes as she puts down a tea service in front of you and lifts up the heavy cast iron kettle to put it on the table by you.
I'm despondent. I know that I blew it badly with Wuhan. It's my -1 wood patience. I just can't stop myself. And so I'm despondent. I'm miles behind my friend Black Fox. And I think probably I will drink the tea and ask for something to eat, because I'm feeling pretty worthless at the minute.
Okay, so you drink the tea, you turn and ask for something to eat, and the world goes dark. You wake up, and you're in a bed. There's a smell of incense and perfume in the air. The bed is comfortable. There's light music playing, and sunlight streams in through one of the far windows, which is open.
Where am I? Any clue? Study?
You look around. You can't. There's nothing really distinctive here that you can see in the room that gives it away. But this is a wealthy room. This isn't
in that inn.
No, this isn't in that inn. This isn't in a little inn beside the road. This is in a opulent, well laid out mansion.
I'll unsteadily get to my feet and make my way to the door, and try it. Is it locked or?
The door isn't locked. It slides open.
And
there's a corridor outside, and there's a young lady in blue robes that kneels at the doorway.
Where am I?
Oh, Master, welcome. We had not expected you to wake so quickly. And she doesn't answer your question.
I was in a roadside inn, and now I'm here. Where is here?
This is your home, Master.
I don't understand. This isn't my home. I've never lived here.
Well, I'm sorry, Master. I have perhaps spoke too soon. After your wedding tonight, this will be your home. And she opens the door to the courtyard, and you can see this is the castle of the Unfettered Frost.
Oh my!
And I think we cut it there.
Yes, with this look on his face. Oh my! Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, so yes, I think that's game. We've got 8 minutes left. So I think that's the end of tonight's session. Wow, that was really melodramatic in so many ways. I'm going to end the broadcast now.